Hello and welcome. This is MechCommander, and we're back with some more MechCommander 2. And the mission we'll be doing for this video is Mobile Intercept Killdeer. Intercept Davian reinforcements before they strengthen a series of bases. Let's go on to the mission briefing. Alright, for our mission objectives, we have to destroy a convoy element A, B, C, and D, and then finally extract. I'm going to assume that this is marking where that convoy is going to be. Okay, the Mandrissa sends her condolences, and your next assignment timing is crucial. Within the Dearborn sector is a Davian base, which has so far proven resilient to our attacks. It has been weakened, but our recon reports reinforcements en route to bolster its weakening defenses. You must intercept and destroy these reinforcements, otherwise Davian will be impossible to dislodge from the sector. Okay, so tactical officer notes, Liao recon and intel are excellent on this mission as usual. Commander, based on the images, we can expect some medium and light Davian mechs with a large number of tank escorts. Be careful if you spot any shadow cats. They're fast, armed with a Gauss rifle, and fitted with jump jets. The bases, on the other hand, are mainly protected by just their LRM and autocannon turrets. If you're planning on hitting the bases first, I strongly suggest taking jump mechs to capture those turret controls. Alright. I'm not exactly sure where the turrets are going to be. They could be in these areas here. I mean, the only thing I really know is where our extraction point is, which is going to be 5. I don't know where we spawn in. We could be over here. We could be over here. Or it could be this. Maybe that's what that's showing. That's where we drop in, and then these are areas that we can capture. All right, if that's the case, then maybe that's what we'd go for. So, jump-capable mechs to capture the turrets. That could mean that we jump across by island hopping. That could mean that we have to jump over walls. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see when we get into the mission. But I'll take that into advisement. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Lance loadout here. So we've got 210 tons to work with. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the mechs that are currently in there because they're going to be leftovers from our last mission. All right, what we could do is we could go very heavy here. We have 2 Atlases. There you go. We're done. Otherwise, we could try and do a little bit more well-roundedness. What to choose, though? Well, if we're talking about jump jets, where you're only going to have a certain selection of mechs to choose from. For example, the Star Slayer here has jump jets. We could do a lighter mech like the Razorback has jump jets. The Anubis, very fast mech with also jump jets, which would be very valuable to us, perhaps. One of the new Wolfhounds we just salvaged has jump jets and is fairly fast and is a 35-ton mech, which... Let's go ahead and take a look at modifying one of these. What kind of slottage do we have? Okay, so we have, looks like 9 slots. That's above average from what we've seen. So we might be grabbing a Wolfhound here. All right, if we did that, that's 35 tons. What would we want to use outside of that? I want to go with heavier mechs, if I can. We also have the option of using a Shadow Cat, which has jump jets as well. And it's going to be just as fast as a Wolfhound. So I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to build the rest of our Lance around it. So I'm thinking about doing a catapult. Oh, I forgot. This mech here has jump jets as well. And it's got decent speed. So we could use that as well. How fast is a Wolfhound? Out of curiosity, I just want to... I mean, speed might be of the essence if we're going to be capturing turret control, so I have to keep that in mind. All right. So we do have a number of options. Let's say we go with this mech. That leaves us 210. And we use, let's say, a catapult. That leaves us 70 tons left. We could use a shootist. And that would be our Lance, and it'd be a nice, simple one, and one that is easy for me to command. I don't know if it's a particularly good one, but it is an option that is open to me. I could always modify the lance too to make it a little bit more suited to what I'm looking for, but I really am starting to be a fan of simplicity. The fewer mechs I have, the better off I feel I am. And also the heavier the mechs, the more happy I am. Now, the problem with this loadout is I have no sensors, and I like having the sensors, so I don't know if I really want to go this route. So let's remove this mech. And if I'm going to do sensors, it's going to have to be the Anubis or the Razorback if we're going to be doing the jump jet idea. The main problem with the Anubis is just how little armor it has, but when you compare it to, for example, the Raven, even up-armored, they're about the same. So I'm tempted to go with the Anubis in this case, and it will be able to capture the buildings for us as we need. So there's 30 tons. We've got long-range support. What else are we going to want in this mission? So we could go with some Zeus action here. That's going to be 80 tons. If I added that, where would we be? We'd have 35 left. So I could slap in another light mech. Maybe one of these Wolfhounds that I was talking about. Or a Raven. I mean, honestly, I think the Wolfhound's not a bad mech. And I was just saying I wanted to keep things heavier, and I wanted to keep them maybe even better. But I guess with what tonnage we have to work with, this is what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Wolfhound. Machine gun arrays, I definitely do not want. ER large laser. And then just normal lasers here, huh? Alright, let's go ahead and strip out most of this stuff. I think I'm going to use 2 armor packs. We now have Swarm LRM packs, which I think do... Oh, it looks like they do about the same amount of damage. 3... So, fire special swarm munitions that separate into multiple warheads and damage everything in a small area. I think we saw these, though, and they worked at best when the targets were not really moving much. If a target was moving a lot, it didn't seem to do as much damage. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do LRM pack. A couple of those. Just so we have some long-range poke without too much cost. We actually got a lot of weapon systems in that last fight. I'm just looking through what we've got. So we have Ultra autocannons now. Which, just as a comparison, let's see. So it looks like it mostly just ups the fire rate. Everything else is pretty much the same. And then you have possibly a little bit more heat. Yeah, depending on the weapon system, you have more heat as well. So, I don't know if that's something I'm going to really jump on, especially as this mech couldn't hold it even if I wanted to. So, there's that. And rather than use an ER large laser, I'm going to use... Oh, and we also have some clan weapons here. So, between a large pulse laser and a clan one, mostly fire rate, looks like. But it's clearly better from what I can see. So, we're going to try and use some clan tech here. Go ahead and put that in. And we have a little bit to work with. So I could do a clan pulse laser. Although I am going to run out of heat. I could remove the jump jets and that would give us more to work with. And I am tempted to do that because I only feel like we really need one jump capable mech if we're going to be capturing things. So let's go ahead and try using these clan pulse lasers. Okay, there we go. So that's going to cost us 500 to do. And we'll hit accept. And we'll call this one C for clan 1. All right. So there's our Wolfhound done. Let's go through and do our other mechs as well. So starting off with the catapult, we're going to modify that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep some of the standard LRM packs, but I am going to use some of the Swarm LRM packs as well. So we have a little bit of both. Otherwise, I think we're perfectly fine with this mech. Okay, we're going to accept, and we're going to call this the LRM Bow 2. Save. Okay, so that's done. The Anubis we're going to modify as well. And mostly I'm just going to change the pulse laser into a clan pulse laser. Give us a little bit more close-in firepower. Oh, we gotta move that. Put that in. Okay, so we've got a clan pulse laser. Accept. And we're just going to call this the +2. All right. And then finally our Zeus. And mostly here I'm just going to be removing some of the weapon systems and replacing them with better ones. Okay, so I think we're much better off, rather than using a PPC, we're much better off using a clan large pulse laser, because it has the same amount of heat as a PPC. Whereas it's probably going to do a lot more damage. It does 12 damage, more than 12 damage in that 10-second fire time, whereas this is going to do about 10-ish. So I think we'll do a couple of those. As a matter of fact, we probably have room for heat sinks as well, so we'll do a bunch of those. And then we're also going to grab, for some close range firepower, some clan pulse lasers, which was what was down here to begin with. Okay, as a matter of fact, we have heat to spare, so I think what we're going to do is armor up, and then we'll use that last bit for another clan pulse laser. Okay, so that is that taken care of. We'll hit accept, and we'll call this one the C2. I don't know. I mean, it's just like the fact that you have to name these things all the time it's kind of ridiculous. So we've got our Wolfhound, we've got our Zeus, we've got our Anubis, and we've got our catapult all set up and ready to go. Let's go on to the next phase, which is going to be giving ourselves pilots. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put Hacksaw inside our Zeus. And we're going to put Long Shot into our catapult. And then we're going to put Worm into our Anubis for his sensor abilities. And we're going to use one of our light mech pilots, which I don't remember which ones those are, so we're just going to have to cycle through here till we find them. I believe it was Jinx and Flash. So between Jinx and Flash, whichever one is better. Looks like Jinx is a little bit better as a gunner than Flash is, so we'll go ahead and use her and the Wolfhound, because the Wolfhound does count as a light mech, so I figure why not. Alright, so we've got our loadout. Let's go ahead and launch her up. I don't know if this loadout is the best, but we're going to give it a try. let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. So time is probably going to be of the essence here. So we're going to do a little bit of scouting. So do we start with any resources? We start with none. So there's a resource building right there that we're probably going to want to capture. It didn't really indicate to me at all where the convoys are going to be coming in here. So I'm just going to have to make a guess. We do have fuel tanks here. So if they do head in this area, we can light this up and do a lot of damage. Let's go through the rest of this town here. So another fuel area over there. All right, so resource building, I think we're going to go ahead and run over and capture now. All right, let's take a look over here in this area. So I'm going to assume some more buildings, another resource building. Matter of fact, let's have Worm run over this way. And we're going to have the rest of our group, which we should probably all select up and make our control group. But the rest of everybody is going to go over and capture this resource building, which was somewhere around here. There it is. Ooh, there we go. Make sure they run. And then Worm is going to... Alternatively, we could have Worm use the jump jets to jump, hop, skip around over here to grab this turret control. I can't see where this what this current turret control actually commands. But it might be a good idea to capture that. And then we could run in here and capture a bunch of other things. So we should probably send Worm over that way, to be honest with you. And what about over here? We've got some other islands that we can hop, skip over, across to. I don't see any other turret controls, so I don't know. This might be the only turret control there, but normally it highlights the things that is being commanded by it, and I don't see that highlight. Oh well, all right, so let's go ahead and have Worm run over here instead. All right, let's go ahead and...
Roger.
The convoy should be entering the area any minute.
Okay, that's not going to necessarily help. All right, we do also have this area over here. We have another resource building, and then I'm not exactly sure. So I don't know where the convoy is going to start here. It could be over this way, or it could be immediately over here. And if it's immediately over here, then definitely we want to capture this as soon as possible. So let's get moving here. You are going to jump for me, and you're going to jump there. Okay, not good. We have some kind of enemy presence already. And I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do about it. I think I'm just going to have to engage here. All right. Yeah. Let's just continue.
Roger that. Worm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Worm here. Roger that. Target confirmed.
Mech power-up detected.
Holy crap. We already have mech power-ups and everything?
Something captured, sir.
All right.
Roger that.
We're going to continue to move on over this way. I don't see... I do have a turret control here, so this should be easy enough to capture. And as a matter of fact, let's have a special command going over here to this turret control. See if we can capture that. And hopefully we can take advantage of these turrets as well. Okay, let's come back over to Worm and make sure that we're doing okay over here.
Okay, sir. Worm here.
Matter of fact,
Yeah, target locked in.
let's
Worm here.
continue to jump across. Okay, this might have been a really bad idea.
Stand still, maggot.
Okay, let's keep running.
Consider it done.
All right, I don't know if he can actually make it there, so let's have him jump again. And we can't capture it now because of these vehicles. All right, so that was obviously not the way to do it. We're just going to have to jump back. I don't think that we can capture this by ourselves. So we needed more than one unit with jump jets here to be able to do this. At least that's what I'm understanding. So let's jump back over this way. Let's jump back over this way.
Worm here. Hey, I'm under fire over here. Can't get it. Too many bad guys.
All right, where is our friendly here? You're there. All right, so I made the assumption that we wouldn't have really any resistance until we got the convoy coming in here, and that was obviously the wrong assumption to make. So we're in a lot of trouble right now, pretty much right off the bat. Okay, so you are going to jump away.
Long shot here. Copy target. Roger.
And I'm not really able to watch both of these things, so if one of my mechs is in a lot of trouble, I'm really not going to be able to tell, necessarily. My other mechs are too slow, I think, to really help out. And you are going to run over this way, so you're not just absolutely getting spanked.
Hacksaw here. It's as good as dead. Okay, sir.
Okay. Go back to Worm here. And jump away.
Yes, sir.
I may have to do this mission again, and we'll have to see. But clearly the loadout was wrong.
Worm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. I love this job. It's Jinx. You might want to help me out over here. That was pretty.
Okay, so that makes down. Let's keep fighting here.
I copy. Long shot here. Target locked in. See ya. Hacksaw here. Locking in target. Okay, sir.
All right, I think I'm just going to focus up here for now. And Worm's just going to have to do his thing, and hopefully he'll be able to capture that on his own.
Long shot here. Target locked in. Yes. I copy. One less enemy.
See, that's the problem with the Swarm, is if they're moving, it's pretty much useless. Okay, so did Worm kill that helicopter?
That was pretty. Hacksaw here. It's as good as dead. Long shot here. Target locked in.
Okay,
Roger.
let's capture that.
Enemy resources
And let's capture this.
Building captured, sir. Okay, sir.
Let's go back to Worm. And I might just keep trying this and see if we can capture it.
Building captured, sir. It's Jinx. You might want to help me out over here.
Okay. So, we have that all taken care of. We don't have a scout, so I don't really know if there's anything else going on over here. We have the resources, so we could just try and run over this way and try and capture this. But I don't really think that that's a good idea. Let's just come around over this way. These guys should all be our allies now, at least as far as I understand it. And go to Worm now and see if we can capture this turret control, because if we can do that, then I'll be much happier. And it's possible they don't see me this time coming, so I think the problem last time was the helicopter. So let's be quick here.
Building captured.
Okay, and without mechs, they can't recapture that stuff, so we should be okay at this point. Unfortunately, the convoy, I think, is already inside the perimeter, so it's a little late.
Worm here. They're on me.
Let's get in here,
Long shot here.
try and help out.
Target. It's Jinx. Targeting.
So right now, Worm is just there to make sure that they don't recapture the turret grid. Okay. So we managed to do it, kind of.
Long shot here. Target locked in. Ha!
Okay, so I don't know if that was the convoy or not. But if this is the path the convoy has to take, then we've more or less taken care of that bit.
Roger.
What I might want to do
Long shot here. I can't get there.
is take Worm
I can't get there.
in here, start capturing these gate controls, so the enemy can't just walk into the base too.
Building captured. Roger that.
Enemy resources captured.
Is there any other gates? Or is that it? This just seems to be wall.
Enemy resources captured.
Building captured.
Alright, well, I don't know for sure. But this should now be... Ah, that's why we needed to get the... Ah, there we go. There's the gate in. Alright, so... I don't know if this stuff was important to capture or not. But what I am going to do is group our guys together. And we're going to use these resource points. First thing I'm going to grab is I'm going to grab a repair truck, because we do need to repair some of our mechs. The next thing I'm going to grab is I'm going to grab a scout copter so we can figure out where the hell these guys are. Because unfortunately in this mission they gave me no indicator of where the enemy is. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the scout copter.
Scout copter is inbound.
And the scout copter works on pretty much the principle
Worm here. Good to go.
of giving you direct line of sight to the enemy. So we're going to move over this way with the scout copter. Oh, the scout copter isn't initiated yet. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you repair that. And I think that's all the repairs that we needed to do. Okay. Now we can grab the scout copter, and I'm going to send you over here, and let's see if we can figure out where these guys are.
It's Jinx. Ready to roll, sir.
Okay. Send the scout copter away. And I guess the rest of our stuff is pretty much good to go, so we're just going to start moving this way. As far as I can tell, we don't really need to defend this area at all. So we can just go about our business, capturing the rest of the stuff as we see fit. I get the feeling that the convoy maybe even comes over this way, so... I mean, honestly, I don't know where to go, so... Ah, okay, I was right. Now, the scout copter does not have that much in the way of weapons, so... Okay, so we have helicopters, enemy helicopters, so we're going to have to bring ourselves back to the base over here to get cover. But I get the feeling that the convoy does indeed come over this way, and if that's the case, we do need to keep a hold on this turret control then, because otherwise they can recapture it. So let's bring everybody over this way. We'll put the repair over there. We'll grab our mechs, and we'll go ahead and run on over to this area. And we'll do whatever fighting that we feel is necessary. Okay, so let's unpause. Our scout helicopter is going to move away. Their helicopters may chase, which is fine. That means that they're just going to be chasing me into turret controls, which is perfectly fine with me. Although, technically, maybe that's not what we want them to do. All right, let's grab our scout helicopter, and we'll send it up north now to where our group is. All right, so, again, I'm not 100% sure of what I can expect from this mission, so... I don't know where the enemy's coming from. I don't know where they're going to. It seems kind of silly to capture this turret control when it's so easily recaptured by the enemy. So I'll have to do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, we do have an enemy mech coming in. Let's engage. It's going to be an Uller. Going to start backing off as it closes in. Our scout helicopter, we really don't want it to go down, so let's go ahead and send it somewhere else. I'm going to send it over here Well, let's send it to the north first, and then we'll send it where I want to send it. That way it's out of the way. Okay, let's go back to our command group, select our command group, and we'll continue. All right, so at this point, we really even haven't started the mission.
Long shot here. Target locked in.
Yeah, see, I absolutely hate those swarm missiles. They seem to be just a waste of time. Okay, we have that Uller mech here, seemingly going after the scout helicopter.
Targeting. Warm here. Roger that.
All right, we've got another target coming in.
Long shot here.
These, I'm going to guess, are the helicopters.
Consider it done.
Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our scout helicopter and have it take a peek over here. And we're just having it watch out on the map for me in case other convoys are incoming so that we know when that happens. Okay.
That was pretty.
Let's go get these scout helicopters. Or not, they're attack helicopters, technically.
Warm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. This is for you. Warm here. Yeah, target locked in. Okay, sir. Cleaned his clock. Hacksaw here. Locking in target. Vehicle destroyed.
All right, now that we've done that, we should have line of sight scouting then to see if any convoys are coming in with the scout helicopter. And we have our sensors to tell us this is probably the first convoy, I'm going to guess.
Roger. Warm here. Roger that. Target confirmed.
So again, I don't really know
Yeah, target locked in.
why
Warm here.
we bothered to capture those turret controls
Warm here. Yeah, target
when
locked in. Vehicle destroyed. Warm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. It's Jinx. Commander, I'm taking fire. Okay, sir. Warm here.
Okay.
Roger that. Target confirmed. See ya. Warm here. Yeah, target locked in.
keep loading it, unloading on these wolfhounds. Okay, so our scout helicopter sees more stuff coming in. I'm gonna guess that's another convoy, as that's what it appears to be. We've got troop transports, jeeps. All right, let's move it a little bit to the side here. So we know another convoy is incoming. Which convoy out of the number that we have to do, which I should probably put our objectives up. I don't really know, but we're just gonna assume that it might be a future one of some type.
Roger that. Target confirmed. I got him. I'm taking you out. Long shot here. Target locked in. Okay, here we go. I got me.
Okay, let's go ahead and...
Boy. Warm here. Yeah, target locked in.
Oh, we don't want to be anywhere near that.
Here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Hacksaw here. Locking in target. Long shot here. Copy target. Vehicle
Okay, and we have this target that's trying to escape us. Okay, let's go back over to our scout helicopter.
confirmed.
Make sure that it is not being harmed. We'll put it over here.
Objective complete.
Okay, so that was our first convoy.
Scout copter reporting. Taking fire.
All right, scout copter is taking damage. Let's take a look at what's going on there. So one of the mechs is shooting at us. So we're going to just go up and sit on the extraction point for now. They may chase. I'm not exactly sure. Let's go ahead and grab our command group here. And I guess we'll just keep walking here. Again, I have no idea why I went through the effort of capturing those turrets. You would think that the convoys are going to come from this direction with that. I mean, I guess these are fallback points that you can do, but this secondary one, oh, the scout copter got taken out there, so that's unfortunate. I mean, this one here, the enemy can easily recapture it, so I really don't understand the point of that one at all. All right, here's another convoy here. We've got 2 mechs incoming and a vehicle. Go ahead and hit the fuel truck now.
Here. Yeah, target locked in.
And then let's hit the Enfield here.
His clock. Warm here. Roger that.
To use our long range against them.
No sweat.
Looks like the Enfields are fairly close range targets. Again, the swarm missile is completely useless. We could use mines here to hurt the convoys, but that would take too long, in my opinion, to set up.
Long shot here. Copy target. Consider it done. Stand still, maggot.
We could also use some of our other support options to help us out here, but I don't feel like we really need any of them.
Warm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Warm here. Yeah, target locked in.
All right, let's try and take this guy out.
Target locked in. Warm here. Yeah, target locked in. I got him. Okay, sir. Warm here. Yeah, target locked in. We should get paid by the piece. Warm here. Yeah, target locked in.
Okay, these should hurt a lot
Jinx. Targeting.
because of the
Long shot here.
swarm missiles that we were firing there. Cargo truck.
Okay, here we go.
Another cargo
Long
truck.
shot here. Target locked in.
Get rid of another mech.
Roger
So at this point, I don't feel threatened enough
Get ugly.
to
Warm here.
warrant backing up
Target confirmed.
and using the turrets to my advantage.
Roger.
One or more of the escorts have broken off from the main route, Commander.
love this
We think
job.
they're occupying one of the bases. We need to mop them
Man,
up.
I'm getting knocked around. Okay.
They're occupying which base?
Hacksaw here. Hey, I'm under fire.
Or is that something we already took care of? And that's actually a completely pointless thing that they've just told us to do.
Warm here. Yeah, target locked in. We should get paid by the piece.
Okay,
I got it.
that one's taken out.
Warm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Roger. See ya. See ya.
Objective complete.
All right, so that was
Copy target.
the second convoy. We already kind of encountered what might be the third or fourth convoy. Probably a good idea to return back to our repair and do that. So let's go ahead and go back. As I said, we might have already taken care of the one thing that it mentioned earlier. We could call another scout copter and see where they are, but they could just destroy it again. So I think we're just going to wait for them. We could set out Worm and use his sensors to let us know when things are coming. And honestly, that's not a bad tactic. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's have Worm sit right there. Let us know if anything's coming. And as I said, we probably already did that one objective that they told us about where we had to capture the bases. So that maybe that's the reason why we needed to capture the bases. I don't know. Okay. We're going to come in here and just repair things as they come in. The thing we really need to repair is our Zeus. Which I think I'm going to override. Game working as it's intended. Okay, so far nothing on the sensors. Seriously, repair. We only have limited time here. Okay, so the catapult doesn't need repaired, but the Wolfhound does.
Hacksaw here. All buffed and shiny, boss.
And with what resource points we have a lot of options.
It's Jinx. Ready to roll, sir.
We could get another repair truck in here with no problem. All right, let's go ahead and grab our command group and have them link up. Now, what that could mean is I might have to come into one of these city areas. Oh, no. Speak of the devil. There they are. There is a resource point we haven't captured yet, though. Okay. Just looks like vehicles for right now. Depending on what it is, we might do a little bit of harass action. Okay, just a troop transport.
Consider it done.
Oh, I say as mechs show up. We're just going to stay back as the rest of our group comes in. Do a little bit of damage here and there. Okay, now it's time to engage. Let's go ahead and grab the command group. And we're going to start attacking these Yager mechs.
Affirmative. It's Jinx.
Oof, we're taking pretty good damage here. Let's back off a bit.
Worm here. Yeah, target locked in.
We're taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna run away. Let's fire on the troop transport, though, as we move.
That. Target confirmed. Understood. Consider it done.
Okay.
It's Jinx. Commander, I'm taking fire.
Okay, I've had enough of that. We might just have to take our chances at defending the turreted base to try and get a little bit of defense here. It's a lot of mechs, enemy mechs here. Granted, they're not doing a ton of damage to us, so possible I'm being a little overly cautious.
Worm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. No sweat. Worm here. Yeah, target locked in.
Okay, I lied. That's a lot of damage. Let's back off. We might be able to do some backup damage here.
Yeah, target locked in.
Or damage as we back up.
No sweat.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Hacksaw here. Hey, I'm under fire.
Okay. Let's go to our repair truck and get some of that repaired while we wait for the enemy to show up. I might even call in another repair truck while we wait. So, repair truck, call in.
Affirmative. Repair vehicle.
Okay, so this repair vehicle is going to go in and repair the Wolfhound. The other repair vehicle that's new is going to come over and repair our Zeus. Get some of that damage repaired. Come on.
It's Jinx.
Don't be a loser.
Ready to roll, sir.
Okay. You get out of there. Alright, they should be showing up relatively soonish. Yeah, there they are. We're gonna have to use the turrets to our advantage.
Hacksaw
Okay,
here.
repair truck, get out of here.
Boss.
Alright. And group. Group up. We're gonna have to defend the turret control so that they cannot take advantage.
Worm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Roger. Clean his clock. Roger. Worm here. Yeah, target locked in. Okay,
Okay.
sir. Worm here. Roger that. Target confirmed.
Okay, we're taking heavy damage on our Wolfhound. Let's back off a bit. We're not really using the turrets to our advantage. Let's make sure our Wolfhound's a little further back now, because they are targeting. Okay, so this should be the third of the 4 convoys.
Long shot here. Copy target. Consider it done.
Okay.
Roger.
Not really sure what's going on here, but they're just kind of standing back and letting me unload on them. So I'm going to take advantage of that.
Worm here. Roger that. Target confirmed. Okay, sir. You're gonna feel this one.
Okay.
Worm here. Yeah, target locked in. No sweat.
And if they're not going to move, that we can really take advantage of that with the Soar missiles. So I don't know what happened here. The AI is taking a break, I guess. Let's grab our repair.
Objective complete.
Have this repaired. And our other repair truck might have a little bit of repairs left in it. We'll do those repairs, and then we've got one more convoy left to do, and then we're pretty much done. Now, I don't know about that message about the whole base thing, how some of them broke off for the base.
It's Jinx. Ready to roll, sir.
At this point, I could throw out another scout copter, which honestly might be a good call. Let's go ahead and grab one of those
Helicopter is inbound.
and see where these guys are.
Long shot here. Good to go.
Okay, so we're as repaired, I guess, as we can be. So let's have our repair trucks go back. Let's grab our command group. Let's have them come over here. Grab our scout copter. We'll send it over here first. See if we find anything. Command group number 1. We're going to start sending along this path. And we'll see if we can find these guys. If they're dug in somewhere, we'll find out. Oh, we found them already. Okay, so they're not far behind. Let's see what we've got. So we've got a Vulture mech, and then we've got a number of vehicles coming in. Okay, so Scout Copter did his job. Let's go ahead and send it over here. Let's grab our command group. And we're going to form up on the road, and we're just going to try and use these turrets to our advantage. If we have to abandon them, we have to abandon them. I would prefer not to, though, because that would mean we would have to go through them again. All right, so we do have some vehicles coming in here.
Copy target.
We will be able to take them out without the escort getting in the way.
East dust.
Okay. They're continuing to come. Group transport. Take that out. Now we've got the Vulture.
Consider it done. Okay, sir.
Somehow we didn't take out that troop transport.
Yeah. Roger. Roger that.
Okay, let's take out the vehicles.
Consider it done. Consider it done. Affirmative. Check.
Okay, now we just have the Vulture, really.
Okay, sir.
And if this is the last convoy, this was a fairly easy one to handle.
Understood.
It only had one mech.
Check.
Unless there's more to come.
Objective complete.
Alright, I guess that's it. So we're just going to go on up to the extraction point, as there is really nothing else to do. I mean, there's resource points we could get. Oh, we might want to capture that Vulture while we're here. It's still alive. We do have the resource points to take advantage, so let's go ahead and salvage it.
Roger that. Salvage craft is on its way.
I don't think we're going to bother with salvaging anything else. We have the resource points to do more salvage, but I'm not going to really worry about it. Go ahead and grab this guy, and we'll get the heck out of Dodge. And hopefully we don't run into any more enemy presence, because we don't really want the Vulture to go down, if we can avoid it. We could have our Anubis come in before it, but unfortunately we have some pathing issues. Okay, there we go. Well, hopefully our sensors will let us know if anything is going to happen. But it looks like we got through this mission pretty cleanly. I will admit there was not really very good communication on where the enemy mechs were coming in. And I think that we had to capture these bases because of that whole thing where part of the convoy had gone to the bases. But because we did them early, we already took care of that part of the mission. But I have a feeling if we hadn't done it, it would eventually have made us do it anyway. So it's good that we got it out of the way. Okay.
Objective complete.
There we go. Mission done. So out of the convoys, I'd say the third one was the most difficult to deal with, just because of how many mechs were
Mission
involved.
Successful.
Last convoy was fairly easy because it was just a single mech and then vehicles. Alright, so we can go through and salvage what we feel like. At this point, I think we're going to salvage a Enfield and a Jaeger mech, because that's what kind of cash we have to salvage. It is funny, I didn't really take a look at this, but the Enfields look kind of like aliens from the movie Alien or Aliens a little bit, with the way that their cockpit looks. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Let's see how our pilots did. So it looks like Hacksaw has been promoted to elite status and has picked up a lot of kills to go along with it. Jeez, is he the only one that killed anything? So he's got another uncommon Valor medal.
MechWarrior promoted to Elite.
And he's now elite. So let's go to the elite skills. So we've got heavy mech specialist, PPC specialist, heavy autocan specialist, short range specialist, medium range specialist, long range specialist. So these are actual range brackets. I'm going to go ahead and go with heavy mech as, well, you know, honestly, we're in a assault mech right now. Well, let's go with long range specialist, I think. And hit done. That's kind of where I prefer to engage. Okay, Jinx picks up some kills. I mean, there was a lot of things to kill, so between as many mechs as we had. Valor medal, long shot, kills some vehicles. Wow, long shot didn't do a whole lot in that mission. Worm kills some stuff and gets a Valor medal and is promoted to veteran. We have been waiting for that for quite some time. So we have the sensor specialist. We're going to want to have probably scouting specialist, so ability to spot enemies beyond normal line of sight, or jump jet specialist, ability to control jump jets, enabling longer jump distances. I think scouting specialist is going to be what we want here, as that is how we use Worm. And then finally Twitch here. Didn't do anything outside of just being the mission. All right, well, that's going to wrap that up.
It is time to strike it, House Davian.
Okay, well, we have a mission briefing, but we'll take a look at that in the next video. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is MechCommander signing out.